Hey everybody, it's David with Chorbie again, and today we're going to talk about initial evaluations and when we're looking at a yard. So a lot of times when I approach a yard, and if that person's never been a customer before, then what I'll do is kind of make an assessment of the yard, and I'll look at it in three categories. The first category is complete rebuild. It's the worst information, but it's easiest, sometimes the easiest recommendation to give, because it's rip everything up, start all the way over. And we're talking about turf grass or even plants. But the second one is some repair needed. So we might identify some areas of disease damage, rabbit damage, or other kind of types of negative impact on the lawn, and we'll say, hey, you know, with these larger areas here, we can just patch those areas in, and then with the proper nutrition plan, we'll improve the lawn over time. And then the third one is no repair needed. Hey, let's get you on the program, let's get all the weeds out of the yard, and the areas that are troublesome or just small. A good example of this is if you have a heavily weeded yard, but there's still a lot of grass in the yard. So once we get done clearing the weeds out of the yard, it'll look thin, but with no more weed pressure, the grass will thicken, will kind of fill in, and you'll get a thick, healthy lawn. And there's really no need for you to go out and do any kind of expensive repair. Typically, those are the three kind of states that your lawn could be in when we do an initial evaluation. The harder part of this video is after we've been serving your yard for a while and maybe have come across an area of concern. This is very prevalent in St. Augustine lawns as an example, where you've gotten a disease, and maybe it's something like take-all root rot that there really isn't a good treatment option for. There's no way to necessarily cure it or prevent it from happening again. A lot of times technicians, they'll desire to fix that problem for you. And what happens sometimes is that they will expend additional resources or treatments or options, but ultimately what they come down to is the problem is that it's unfixable and you have to start over. And that's usually one of the hardest things for a technician to do, is you've trusted us with your lawn, we've put a lot of work into it. The last thing we want to do after a year or more of service taking care of your lawn, to tell you that, sorry, even though you've had this service for a whole year, we need to tear this all up and replace it. It's a hard thing to do, but keep in mind sometimes it's necessary, and sometimes we do reach a point where that is the only option. Just keep that in mind. If you see your technicians making efforts to fix an unfixable situation, it's usually out of respect and courtesy to the client. They want to make sure they've done everything they can to save the yard, but sometimes it's a total loss and there's not much we can do about it. Hopefully this kind of opened your eyes to some diagnosis and just kind of the thought process of a technician and what they do for your lawn. And we will hopefully see you again in another video. Make it a great day.